Nuh-uh. They really come from Cabbage Patches? Hey gang, Jeff Stone here with day 32 of the year 2016 at magicreviewed.com of Cabbages and Kings by Kyle P. Merck, the magical rantings of Kyle P. Merck. So this is a, what do they call this? Saddle stitched, I think, or, yeah. It's 42 pages, and you get basically 12 effects, and they're all, just my opinion of them, I think they're all pretty good effects. One of them I'm actually working on putting into my repertoire. It's called Area of Influence, and I'll tell you about that as we get to it. But generally speaking, I like the effects in here. But I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what they are. And so you can then, based on what I tell you about them, decide if you like them or not. And just a little FYI, I've been awake for like, I don't know, about 30 hours. And I spent a couple of hours editing the video for who was the contest winner of the Thick Card Project contest. And it turns out I screwed up all kinds of stuff. And one of my followers pointed out a whole bunch of errors in the video. I must have been out of it or something. So I'm redoing that video. I took it down. Only like 10 people saw it before I pulled it down. And so it's been one of those days. So sorry if I'm a little off right now. Anyway, one of my favorite things about the book is nothing to do with the effects. But I love this, that every page right before the effect has all of the effect titles, but the one you're about to read is highlighted. And so this is Pilloried there, and Burden of Proof, and the 313 prediction deck. I just like the layout. I think that Kyle's background is in design. I think he mentioned something about being, and he was doing letterhead and business card design or something like that. So it shows this is a good looking, well designed book. Although I do wonder if Kyle Merck has an alter ego or a split personality, because as I'm reading the book, I swear it's like there's two different authors. It just feels like, and I could be totally wrong here, but if I were a betting man, I would bet that there's different authors for different parts of the book. It's really strange. I don't know. Anyway, and so while I'm on that weird thing, let me just get some of the negatives out of the way so we can move on to the positives, because this is mostly positive. The book is full of typos and grammar and spelling errors and stuff like that. I mean, full of it, just riddled with it. They're everywhere. And normally, now that doesn't typically affect the star rating for me, unless it's so bad that you can't learn the tricks. And I wouldn't say that those problems are so bad that you can't learn the tricks, but they're so bad that they were very distracting. And so I don't know if it slipped by the proofreader, or I don't know what happened. I mean, I've published several books, and I published, I mean, how many hundreds of reviews have I written, guys? And I know I have typos all the time in them. And so I'm not above that. It just, when you're charging money, just take a little bit extra time to make sure. And even some of the stuff I put out where I charge money, I've had the same problem. But I don't think this bad. It's pretty bad. Two other things. There are two tricks in here that based on the write-up, one of them, I can't do it at all based on the write-up. The other one, I think I got it figured out. And I'll just tell you this. One of them is an effect where you have like a notebook, and it's like a 5x7 notepad that you're taking notes on during the effect, but it also has a little secret something inside in the notebook. And he shows you a good picture of it and how to make it and everything. But then you're supposed to be using the notebook to write in front of the audience. And then there's one point where you lay the notebook down on the table where they can see your writing. And so where's the secret something at then? It can't be on the back. because if it is, they'll see it while you're writing. But it can't be on the front where you're writing because you lay that out and let them see it. And it can't be like in the middle of the pad because then you can't access the secret something to get the secret thing that you need. And he never explains that. He just says, at this point when they're doing that, get the secret something that you need to get. And I'm like, well, how? Where is it hiding? What part of the notepad is it on? Just never clarified that. And so based on what's there, I honestly just don't have any idea how I would do it without it being open and in their face. The other one was a coin trick, 4321. It's a vanishing coin of 4 coins, one at a time. And it uses some pretty standard coin moves and then like a move or two that are of his own creation. And the problem with that was that he blazed through a lot of the standard stuff that we should know, but so much so that it was like there was one part where I think he might have used the wrong terminology or something, or maybe I'm just misunderstanding it. But it was just so confusing that I could not replicate what he was saying to do. And so I couldn't really get past that. And I kept thinking through it and trying to reread it. And I think I finally figured out what he was trying to say. And so I think I could do the routine based on that. But there's plenty of places where I'm like, man, just a photograph right here will clear up everything. And so I just felt for some reason that trick was not written up well, and neither was the one that used the notepad. But other than that, those are the only two that I just felt like, man, I can't really do them. And the one with the notepad, I was actually interested in doing. I liked it. And I'm sure if I email Kyle or whatever, he'll clarify it or tell me what's going on or whatever. But this should have been written up better. Anyway, that aside, let's take a look at some of these. I'll just, I can look right here because they're all listed here. Peer pressure. All right. The subtitle for that one is called The Greatest Trick That You'll Never Do. The effect is that you borrow a business card from somebody and you magically erase their contact information and you magically put your contact like printed on the business card. So your name and address is on their business card. And this is the kind of thing where, like, weeks or months in advance, you got to do some prep work. And it's not the kind of thing where you can just randomly do this to any random person. You have to target the person and do some serious pre-work. I don't want to say pre-show work because that has another meaning, but it is pre-show work. But it's hidden, secret pre-show work that nobody knows about. The effect is great, and it's the kind of thing that if you're going to try to land a client or something, this is the kind of thing you do. If you're doing a party for a certain company, and then you can do it to the CEO of that company with his business card or something like that. So that's probably the least practical one that most people probably won't bother. Everything but the pen is the one I was telling you about, that with the notepad. And what that effect is, by the way, I like it. It's this is a really condensed version of it, but basically it's any thought of card. A thought of card. We'll go with that wording. A thought of card, and you predicted what card they're thinking of and the location of its mates in the deck. So let's say they're thinking of the King of Hearts. You predicted that it's going to be the King of Hearts, and you predicted that the other kings are at position, 11, 18, and 32 in the deck. You've predicted all that. So that's the effect. I really liked it, and it has a lot of presentational potential, and I was very interested in it, but I can't do it because of the notepad description thing. So I may email Kyle and ask him about that. Occam's Razor, I'll have to look that up to remember what that one is. Ultimate Transpo with Repeat, that's two card transpos using different cards each time. And if you know how a 2-card transpo typically works, they all pretty much use the same method, where you put a card in the spectator's hand, and then suddenly you're holding their card, and then in their hand is the card that you were holding or whatever. Normally you can't repeat that with different cards. Well, this one you can. And so it's not anything like overly like, holy cow, it's the greatest idea ever, but it's a simple idea that allows that to happen. It's very smart, and it doesn't take, it just takes, having a few extra cards in your deck, and that's it. Area of influence. Now, this is one that he markets separately for $10, but he tells you how to make the deck up, or you can just buy the deck for $10. He sent me one for review, and this is the one I told you that I'm actually working on and right now, and trying to figure out what presentation I want to use in my repertoire. And basically the effect is you show a deck of blue back cards, and you fan and show them all, and then you have one red back card that you don't show the face of. You insert it into the blue deck, shuffle it up, and then you have them look, you spread the deck and have them name any card, and the card they name, any card that they can see, the card that they name will be the red back card. And you can hand out that red back card, and it's totally examinable and everything. The Kennedy compound. It's two effects from Kennedy. It's his the mystery box and the mind something deck. What's it called? Worst review ever, Jeff. I don't remember. I told you guys I'm tired. Go look in the written review. It's over there. Anyway, how about pilloried? I'll tell you about that one. Well, let's back to the Kennedy compound thing. That one will require you to buy 2 special things that are not cheap. And that's a common theme you'll find throughout this book, that you have to buy a gaff deck or make a gaff deck or have 2 decks that are prepared, or that's a pretty common thing. And again, I detailed all that in the written review. And my brain's fried right now. So sorry, Kyle, because I'm reviewing your product with a fried brain. Anyway, so you will find that a lot in here, that you have to make some gimmicks or buy some gimmicks or whatnot. This particular one, pilloried, you will have to buy a blank face deck, and then you'll have to buy something else that I can't tell you because it would kind of spoil the method. But you buy a blank face deck because the trick is this. You show a blank face card, and then you write a prediction on it. And then they name any card, literally a free choice of any card, and you show that the thing you wrote on that blank-faced card is the card they named. And that you show it to them. I mean, right when they name it, you can show it to them. And then you sign it and give it to them as a souvenir. Well, so every time you do that trick, you're going to have a new blank card. That's why you need a deck of 52 blank faces. And then the other deck that you need to buy is a specialty deck that you have to do some modifications to when you get it. But that one you just keep using over and over again. So there's a few more things in here. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to mention that stands out. What was Occam's razor? I'm going to have to look that up now because it's bugging me. So let's just see. Jeff, what is Occam's razor? It is... Oh. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm really tired right now. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. That's it's 2 spectators. You have them select a card, and then they put their card reversed in the deck, so that there's 2 cards reversed in the deck. But then you have them take half the deck and flip it over, and then shuffle them in face up, face down, and they're doing the shuffling. And when they're done, you're able to spread it out and instantly know what their selections were. So the last one, there's one other effect that I'm trying to figure out where it's at here. I don't see it. Oh, burden of proof. This one I'm seriously considering adding to my repertoire too. I really like this effect. But again, whether I like it doesn't mean you will. But this is what the effect is. You have 2 decks of cards, and there's this, like a blue sticker on this one. We'll go with green. A green sticker on this one, and the green sticker says 1 card missing. And then you have another deck, and it's got like a purple sticker or whatever. There's 2 totally different colors, and it says 1 card reversed. So you have them name any card they want. You open up the deck that says 1 card missing. You spread through it. You show them every card, and you can even count them if you want. And you'll see there's only 51 cards, and the one that they named is not there. So that's a decent trick, right? But then you put that deck away, and you get the one with this purple sticker on it that says 1 card reverse, and you hand that deck to them. You don't do anything, nothing funny. You hand the deck to them. They open it. They spread it out. They can examine everything, and they will find that there's 1 card reverse, and it's the card they named. It's an ungimmicked deck. That's a great effect, and the method's really clever. And I think you'd agree that's a pretty good effect. I think most people would agree with that. So that's a smart method, and it doesn't require anything. Just 2 decks. That's it. And then like the stickers, but he actually even has a template for the stickers in the book, so you can just photocopy it and print them out or whatever on colored sticker paper. So, sorry, this is a long review, and it's probably not a very good one. The review of the product it's a good product, but my delivery of said review, not so hot. Anyway, this is one where, because of those 2 tricks that weren't very clear, and because of that some places it was kind of hard to read, I was kind of leaning like 3.75, but I'm going to err in their favor because overall this is a really good product. I mean, I don't, 3.5 to me always seems like a low rating, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I got a 3.5 stars from Jeff, and I'm like, all right, dude, I guess that's good. But 4 stars, I feel this is a 4-star product for sure. It's just on the border there, but I just felt 3.5 is too low. So 4 stars. Stone says a gem. Just shut up and move on and go to bed, dude. Click that button. Like this video. Listen to this song. Oh yeah, some old Bon Jovi. This is off of 7800 Fahrenheit. I've mentioned this before, but their Slippery When Wet album, that's the one that obviously put them on the map. But the stuff before it is awesome. Their stuff is great. I love Bon Jovi. I'm a big fan. Anyway, I gotta go to bed, guys. So tune in tomorrow, which is, I don't even know what day it is. It's gonna be day 33. And we're looking at Sharpie Bug Rider by Vernet Magic. It's ultra safe, comfortable, always ready, real ink, perfect grip, writes as many as 20 numbers each time. It recharges in 5 seconds. Oh my. Look at that tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. Peace out.